She's M-A-M-I-E. Yeah, she believes in me. She reads a story from a book or two. She's M-A-M-I-E. Mammy's Corner! Hello, my littles. Welcome to Mammy's Corner, and I'm Mammy. Boy, I really messed that one up, didn't I? Hello, my littles. How are you? It is time to do our affirmations. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, let's go. Ready? I am loved. You are loved. Who loves you? God loves you. That's right. Who else loves you? Mammy loves you, and don't you go forgetting it. But you need to do it louder. Ready? Let's do it again. I am loved. That's a little better because you are loved. Now for the next one. Are you ready? Really loud. I am good. You are so good, my littles. But let's say it loud again. Ready? I am good. Good job. Now for the last one. I am kind. You are kind, my littles. But let's say it louder. I am kind. Good job, my littles. Now, it is time for you to sit back in your favorite chair, get nice comfy, or if you have a favorite favorite blankie, get your favorite blankie and cuddle with your favorite blankie. Or if you have a favorite pillow, make sure you cuddle with your favorite pillow. Or if you have a favorite stuffy like I do with Buddy here, get all nice and comfy, and Mammy's going to read you a story. But first, don't forget to take your remote, arrow down. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Arrow over and get that thumbs up for me and let me know that you like my book stories. All right? Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. Let's get going. Today's story is The Wind and the Sun. It's adapted from a fable by Aesop. Are you ready? One day, the wind and the sun exchanged words about which was the stronger. I am the stronger, puffed the wind. See how I can send the black clouds flying through the sky? No doubt you are strong, was the sun's gentle reply. But how can you prove that you are stronger than I? I can soon prove that, said the wind. You see that man walking along the road? Let us agree that whoever can make the man take off his coat is stronger. Agreed, said the sun. You may try first. So the wind blew a fierce blast. It blew harder and harder. But the man only turned his back to the wind and wrapped his coat more closely around him. Ruh-roh. You know what exchange means, right? It means gave and received. Okay. In vain, the noisy wind tried to blow the man's coat off. Then the wind said to the sun, It is your turn to try now. So the sun sent gentle rays down upon the man. Soon the man became so warm that he was glad to unbutton his coat. Whew! Yeah, it's hot now, right? By and by he became so warm that he pulled off his coat and hung it over his shoulder. Thus the gentle sun proved to be stronger than the noisy wind. Gentle ways often prevail when rough ones fail. And the word is in vain, and it means without success. So what's the moral of this story? That's right, that gentle ways, which is the sun was being very gentle, often prevail when rough ones fail. The wind was being really rough, but the sun was gentle and kind and nice and warm. How about another story? This one is called The Cruel Lion and the Clever Rabbit. Once upon a time in the Indian forest of Gur lived a cruel lion named Baksaraka, I think. Bahaksaraka was strong and mighty. He was also always hungry. Every night, Baksaraka would stalk the forest looking for his dinner. The other animals scattered. They were afraid of the lion's huge teeth and enormous paws. The monkeys climbed high up into the treetops. The antelopes and peacocks hid themselves among the brush and held their breath, hoping Baksaraka wouldn't see them. Night after night, a clever rabbit watched the dinner dance in the forest. She heard Baxaraka's stomach rumble before the lion appeared. She poked her head out of the ground and watched the peacocks and antelopes scatter. She listened to the rustle in the trees as the monkeys climbed higher and higher away from the lion. And she heard a cry when Baxaraka found something to eat. One night, the rabbit decided that enough was enough. She called the rest of the animals to a meeting under the tallest tree in the forest. Baxaraka is a bully, the rabbit told her friends. I am tired of listening to his stomach rumble. I am tired of watching him stalk the forest, and I am tired of watching all of you run away in fear. But he's so big, one of the peacocks cried. And his teeth are so sharp, an antelope said. Her friend nodded in agreement. And those paws, a monkey said, shaking his head from side to side. One swipe and he would knock me out of the tree, and then I'd be his dinner. The rabbit twitched her nose and looked at the animals gathered around her. He may be stronger, but we can be smarter. I will speak to Baxaraka tonight. The monkey paced back and forth in front of the rabbit. Aren't you scared he's going to eat you for his dinner? I am a little scared, the rabbit replied, but I have a plan. Good luck, the antelope said. You're very brave for being such a small animal. That night, the rabbit's heart beat very fast. Ba-boom, ba-boom, as she hopped to Baxaraka's den. She heard his stomach rumble. She took a deep breath. Baxaraka! She called in her loudest voice. The huge lion walked heavily over to the tiny rabbit. What is this? He said, looking over his nose. How lucky! My dinner has come to me. I have bad news, the rabbit said. You have always been the strongest and mightiest animal in the entire forest, but now there is a new lion. He is even stronger and mightier than you. Impossible, Baxaraka roared. Take me to this new lion. I will show him who rules this forest. The rabbit's heart beat faster than ever. Ba-boom, ba-boom. This way, she called. She led Baxaraka through the trees. She heard his huge paws hammer the ground behind her. Thump, thump, thump. She heard his stomach rumble. But she reminded herself to be brave. After a long run, they came upon a clearing in the forest. A large and deep stone well stood in the center of the clearing. There, the rabbit said, nodding to the well. Look, the lion is in there. Baxaraka looked over the stone wall of the well. In the water below, he saw a powerful lion with huge teeth and enormous paws. Baxaraka growled and bared his teeth. Roar! The lion in the well also growled and bared his teeth. Roar! Baxaraka shook his wild mane. The lion in the well also shook his wild mane. Baxaraka roared. A terrible roar. Roar! The lion in the well roared a terrible roar right back. Roar! The rabbit looked at Baxaraka. I think you may have to go down there to show him who rules the forest. Yes, Baxaraka bellowed. I am the mightiest. With that, he jumped into the well and landed with a splash in the water far, far below. He shook the water out of the mane. There is no one here, he roared. You tricked me. The rabbit smiled just a little. You may be mighty, but I am clever. And with that, she hopped off to tell the rest of the animals in the forest that Baxaraka would never bother them again. Intelligence wins over strength. Wow. So the first story was about... Oh, sorry, buddy. So the first story was about the wind and the sun. And the wind wanted to be the strongest. But what happened? He blew and he blew and he blew, and the guy just kept his coat on, right? But the sun came out very gentle, very loving, and warmed up the day. And then the guy took his coat off, right? He didn't take his coat off for the wind. He took his coat off for the sun because the sun was gentle. So the moral of that story, do you remember what that was? That's right, that gentle ways prevail when rough ones fail. Don't forget that. And then I read another story. What was that story about? Yeah, this lion. That's right. What about the lion? He was very strong, very mighty, big roar, right? And all the animals hid, all the monkeys and the antelope and the rabbit, right? They all hid because they were scared because he might be eaten. But the rabbit, she not only heard his stomach rumble, grumble, 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 right? But she also heard the cries of the ones he would have for dinner. Yeah. But she had a plan. What did she do? That's right. She lured the lion to the well because he thought he was the mightiest one. And she goes, nope, there's another lion here. And when he looked in that well, he saw his own reflection. That's right. The silly lion. But she tricked him, made him go down in, right? Yeah. And so the moral of this story is that intelligence wins over strength. That's where you come in. Your intelligence comes from reading books. So, like the books that Mammy read today, whatever you're listening to it, it's important that you read, even if you're reading along with Mammy or your mommy or your daddy or your grandparents, whomever they are. Reading and studying is very important so that way you can become intelligent and you can beat the strong with your words because you'll have the intelligence up here. That will make you strong and intelligent over the strong and the weak who don't read. So you make sure you read. All right, that's it. Did you like my stories? So remember, you take the remote, arrow down. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe so that way you look for my stories again. Otherwise, go over, arrow over to the thumbs up and give Mammy thumbs up. Or make a comment, share it, whatever you'd like to do. Because I know that there's other kids that would love to hear these stories. All right, so that's it. That's the end. What does Mammy say at the end? That's right. Who loves you? That's right. God loves you. And besides all your parents, who else loves you? Mammy loves you. Shh. But Mammy loves you bestest. Until next time, my littles, be good and be kind.